Okay, question 12 is going to be a doozy, so sit back, relax, get some popcorn out if you have it, and we'll try and mire through the surface area of this particular 3D object. Well, for those of you who didn't know, this is either a very crude stagecoach drawing, or it is a net of a cylinder. And since we're doing nets of cylinders, that's exactly what this question is. So I'm looking at it and thinking, well, I need to calculate the surface area of three shapes. Shape 1 right here, shape 2 right here, and shape 3 right here. And if I get the area of all three of them and add them together, I will have the total surface area of my prism. So let's start with shape 1. What is it? Well, at first we might think, well, it's a square. It looks like a square. I drew it like a square. On the test, it looks like a square, so I can assume safely that it's 22 centimeters by 22 centimeters, and that will give me my area. Wrong. It's not safe to make that assumption because although it gives us one dimension, we cannot assume that this length right here is 22. So we have to figure out another way to get it. Well, knowing a little bit about our circles, we know that this distance here, this length of this, will actually fit perfectly around this distance here on our circle. So the circumference of the circle will equal this distance. So I'm going to put circumference here. These two are going to be the same. So if I figure out the circumference of my circle, I will know my length of my apparent square, or rectangle we'll call it still, and that will be good. So how do I calculate the circumference of a circle? Well, I know the formula for circumference of a circle is equal to pi multiplied by diameter. So in this particular circle, we have 3.14 multiplied by the diameter, which is 7 centimeters. Oh, if you're like me, you realize now that it's not going to be 22, but it'll be pretty darn close. So I put 3.14 times 7 equals 21.98. 21.98. Is it safe for us to say 22? Yes, but you know what? Gosh darn it, I'm going to keep it 21.98 because I like to be accurate. So we'll keep it 21.98. So for our area of the first one, I'm going to use my formula for a rectangle, which is length times width, or 22 times 21.98. And I will take my calculator, and I go 22 times 21.98, and I will press the equals button, and it will tell me it's, I'll put this down here. Oh, I'll write this. Oh, I'm losing everything. Where's my calculator gone? Okay, and then I have to, so it's 483.56. 483.56 centimeters squared, and that's the area of number 1. I'll just keep that over on the side so we won't forget. Now, if I get 2 right here, if I get the area for 2, obviously if I double it, that will give me 2 and 3. So I have to know the area of a circle, and the area of a circle is pi multiplied by the radius squared. Well, in this particular circle, we don't know the radius, or we don't have it written, but we know that 3.14 is the pi, and the radius is half the diameter, so it's 3.5 squared. So if I go take my calculator again, which I probably won't be able to do both at once, and say, what is 3.5 times 3.5, Mr. Calculator? And it tells me it's 12.25. So I go, okay, well, 3.14 times 12.25. And the reason why I did this first was because order of operations says do your exponents before you do multiplication. So I didn't do 3.14 times 3.5. I did my exponents first, and I got that. Then I take my calculator again. Oh, it's still there. And then I multiply that by 3.14. And that tells me the area of each circle is 38.465. 38.465. And if I double that, because there's 2 circles, 1 and 2, that will give me, go to my calculator again, I'll just write it down over here. This is 38.465 and 38.465, which if I add those all together, all right, let's go back and do it now. Excuse me. Grab my calculator. I got one of them already, plus 38.465 plus 483.56 equals 615.93, which apparently is not a choice. Yeah. Well, doesn't that stink? Where did I go wrong? Hmm. Okay. Well, I've been doing this for 5 minutes, and if anyone can tell me what I did wrong, let me know. The procedure was good. Somewhere along the lines I messed up, but I'm definitely not going to record this question again because I wasted 5 minutes of my life. So let's make E the answer, and that will be 615.93. Good night.